Hi everyone. Sorry I'm a little late. I was setting up to do this live and I use a platform called Streamlabs and it said you can live stream to TikTok. I was like, ooh, I could be on TikTok. That would be exciting. And I have a TikTok profile. So I thought I would try and go live on TikTok. And it wanted permissions and me to log in. And I was doing all of that. And I thought, it's getting to 7:30. I need to get a move on. Um, and then it went through the whole approvals process. And then it says, we will verify your request and get back to you in 3 business days. I was like, what? So I'm really sorry that I'm late. I thought I was going to be able to be really exciting and, down with the kids. Alas, 'twas not to be. Maybe next week. But for now, hello to everybody on Facebook. Hello to everybody on YouTube. Hello to people on Twitch. I never see any comments from Twitch, so I don't actually think anybody watches me on there. But if you are there, and if you're on Twitch, then hello. Hi to everybody who's watching on Catch Up. And just hi in general. So I have got some brand new goodies to share with you tonight. And for once, I'm actually properly live. I know the last couple of weeks I've been traveling quite a lot. And so I've done pre-recorded videos, but this one is live and in person. So feel free to ask me any questions. If you've got anything that you want to ask, then drop it into the chat and I will do my best to answer. Before I get on to the goodies, there are a couple of things that I just want to let you know. So first of all, there is a promotion which has just started today. It runs today, tomorrow and Friday, 3 days only, and it is free shipping on all orders that are £60 or more. So if you have been thinking about getting any bits and pieces, now is the time to do it. Really, really good offer. Remember, of course, if you're spending over £25, you're qualifying for Stampin' Rewards, which is an extra 10% credit back in there for you to spend on anything you want. And if you spend over £70, then you qualify for Products of the Month. And I have the latest Product of the Month that I'm going to share with you. I love it, and hopefully you'll love it too. And then that might make you want to place an order. The other thing that I wanted to let you know is that this Friday is the cutoff for the boot camp. So we have a very small number of spaces left. But if you are interested in coming, then please do check out the website www.craftwithemma.co.uk, and that will give you the link to sign up for the boot camp. And yeah, I hope you will enjoy your time with us. We have been finalising the designs, getting everything ready for the boot camp, so it's all very, very exciting. Right, enough talky, more crafty. So let's flip round to my desk. First of all, let's show you Product of the Month. So, Product of the Month for February is designer series paper, and it's the Painted Illusions 12 by 12 designer series paper. I'm deliberately not showing it to you straight away, but there are 12 sheets in the pack. The colours we've got here: Darling Duckling, Flirty Flamingo, Granny Apple Green, Lost Lagoon, Misty Moonlight, Petal Pink and Pretty Peacock. Let me show you the colours. So we start off with this floral piece. So this looks very Flirty Flamingo to me. So we've got this on one side. Now this is interesting. We've got 4 different designs, 3 of each. So normally the designer series paper, you get 6 designs, 2 sheets each of the double-sided ones. This time, so there are 3 sheets here. And we've got this floral on one side, and then look, this gorgeous rainbowy one on the other side. Really, really pretty. Then we've got this one here. So this is your Granny Apple Green and your Lost Lagoon and your Pretty Peacock. Some of my favourite colours. Really, really pretty. And then on the other side, you've got kind of like this mermaid scallop, so it's like very pale pink at the top, your petal pink, and then it goes through your Flirty Flamingo, and then we've got a bit of Lost Lagoon at the bottom. Next up, we've got this Lost Lagoon. What sort of shape would we call this? Scallop? I always think Moroccan. We had embossing folder that was this sort of shape a few years back, and it was all Moroccan kind of style. Hey Linda, glad you're here. And then we've got this kind of rainbow gradient on the other side. So your Darling Duckling, Petal Pink, Granny Apple Green, and then fading into your Lost Lagoon. And then last but certainly not least, this is one of my favourite sheets. Just the rainbow multicoloredness of it all is fabulous. And on the other side, we've got some Misty Moonlight with this kind of like floral pattern. So as always, you know, my top tip is when you've got a pack of designer series paper, pick your favourite one and keep that on top. You are far more likely to use a pack of paper and to pull it off your shelf if the first thing you see is something you like. So this is my favourite sheet. It's the reason that I wanted this pack of paper. So yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous. Right, next up we have two kits. I'm going to show you both of them, but I'm only going to make one tonight, and then the other one we're going to use next week for next week's Facebook Live. So there's the Lots to Love kit and the Happy Happenings kit. So I'm going to open them both and show you them both. I think I had tried to update my settings for this video to say that I was going to be showing new kits. But when I hit submit, I think it's reverted back to the Stampin' Positioner tool thing. So apologies if people are confused. If you're wanting to see the Stampin' Positioner, I'm not using it on this video. You're going to need to go back and look at one of my previous ones. This tonight, it's all about the new kits. So this one is, what did I say this one was? Happy Happenings kit. This is one of the new kits that came out in February. Can you see that? So you've got these beautiful oval cards. This is a kit which comes with a stamp set and ink spot. I'm not doing a full unboxing though. You're just getting to see a wee sneak peek of it. That's the Happy Happenings kit, and that's what I'm going to be making next Wednesday. So if that's one you want to see, you're going to need to come back next week. The one that I am going to share with you today is this one here. So this is the Lots to Love kit. Try and show you that so we don't have the glare off the top. And I really like this one when I saw it online. So let's move the box over to one side. Let's open it up and crack on. So as you know, our kits, you could be on a desert island with our kits and still be able to make cards. Sometimes you need a pair of scissors, sometimes you don't. This one, I'm not spotting any twine, so I'm going to go out on a limb and say no scissors required for this one. I also don't spot any stamp set or ink spot, so this looks to be one where there's no stamping. I should check though the price, because I'm really bad at telling you the prices of things. This is the Lots to Love kit, and it is £14. There are 3 different designs, and you get 3 of each. The colours in this set are Basic Beige, Darling Duckling, Fresh Freesia, Pretty Peacock, Strawberry Slush, and Timid Tiger. And remember as well, one of my tips is if you like a kit and you like the cards, then think of the colour combination. So those colours that I've read off on the back of the kit are a perfect colour combination for you to make your own designs. And even if you like the colours but you don't buy the kit, you can go onto the website and it will tell you what colours are in that kit, and you can use that to build up your own colour combinations to do your own projects. So if you're one of these people who likes a starting point maybe when it comes to colour, then kits are a really good way to get ahead of that. So what have we got in here? We've got a little thing of like glossy gems. They look a bit matte on the screen, but they are very glossy. You're just gonna have to take my word for that. We've got some mini foam pads and some glue dots. Let's put them there. Next up, oh, now these are beautifully textured. I don't know if you can see the texture on this. I'll try and hold it up to the camera. But this is, it's like linen texture on this frame. There's a stitching effect all the way around the edge. And then obviously you got the cutouts. These frames are done in basic beige, so it's like a very subtle cream shade. Let me see if I can find something white to hold against it. So there's a white envelope. I don't know if you can see the difference. It's very subtle. It is very pretty, but they are in basic beige. Then we've got these little laser cut flowers. Again, that sort of linen effect on the card, on the paper. More linen effect with this sort of stitch detail around the edge. And then this one as well, linen effect. It's very delicate, these papers. They're not thick and chunky. They're very nice. Right, what have we got next? The envelopes. So 9 envelopes. Again, this sort of linen effect, basic beige shade. They're not lined or patterned, but they are very pretty. They look quite luxurious, actually. They feel luxurious. I like those. Next, we've got some card blanks. So first up, we've got these. So again, basic beige background. And then we've got pre-printed elements on the front. And those elements would appear to be Strawberry Slush, Pretty Peacock, and Timid Tiger. Next, we've got these, again, pre-printed elements. This is one of your more straightforward kits, I would say. Perfect for beginners, or if you're doing it with kids. Or, do you know, if you just want an easy experience, you know, I could cook a fabulous 3-course meal, but sometimes I want a McDonald's. You know, I'm a relatively good cook, and I can make my own curries and roast a chicken or a lump of beef, but sometimes I want to take away pizza or Chinese. You know, it's okay to go for an easier option. The last of the card blanks, again, this basic beige background and the printed images on the front. Next, what have we got? So these are, so there's again 3 sheets of these die cut sentiments. So excited for you. Hello. And thanks lots and lots. These come in 4 different languages. So 3 different languages, sorry. So you've got the English, French and German for all of the different sentiments. And you've got 3 sheets of each. And some people say, well, what am I going to do with the French or the German? Because I'm never going to use these. Normally, yeah, no, actually we can do that for these ones as well. Turn them over. You can use the reverse and stamp your own sentiments and use the backs of the ones in different languages if it's something that you're not going to use. Or you can send it to if you've got French friends or German friends or people who speak other languages. So you don't need to waste anything or throw anything out. Right, next we've got more die cut pieces. Again, our Strawberry Slush, Pretty Peacock and Timid Tiger. Variation, a variety of leaves and flowers there. And then, ooh, these are cool. Big, long strips of foam pads. So the sort of thing that you would use for a shaker card, I suppose, but we're using these to mount these different cards. So let's get started. So the first one that I'm going to make, I need this card blank here. And we have this oval piece. So let's just grab a bone folder. I'm going to make all 3 of these cards, in case you're wondering. So let's just start by folding over my card base. What do we think of these colours? Is it a colour scheme you would go for? Is it one you're not sure about? Is it growing on you? I have got the Strawberry Slush and the Timid Tiger are from the latest in colours. And while I have got them, I don't use them very frequently. Orange is not a shade that I use a lot, whether that's Timid Tiger or our Pumpkin Pie, which we've had for a very, very long time. The only time I tend to use orange is for a snowman's nose, really, but it's quite pretty in the flowers. So I have stuck my foam pads onto the back of that piece there. Next up, I need the orange piece, so the Timid Tiger, the Strawberry Slush. I need 2 of these. One of these, and then this little piece as well. Right, so we turn all of these over. Just checking in the instructions, and these are foam pads that I need. So it does tell you in the instructions whether you're using your foam pads or your mini glue dots. So you don't have to guess. I'm just using the tip of my scissors here to help position them. Go in the centre of the flowers and the leaves. Again, it tells you in the instructions what type of adhesive and where to put it. So if you just want an easy experience, if your brain is maybe a little frazzled from everything that's been going on and you just want to have a simple and fun crafting experience. I know many of you are very creative. You can sit down and just pull some stuff out and instantly create something, but is it not sometimes nice just to have everything planned out for you? Is it just me? Can't just be me. Right. What we appear to do is put the frame on first. I think those bits in my bin over there. Right. So this goes on over the top. There we go. And now we put these pieces on basically over their background counterparts. Now they're not exactly the same size. Let me bring that up. Can you see? So the piece underneath kind of shows round the edges. So you get this lovely 3D effect. Right. This jewel piece goes up here. Oh, when you stick 2 foam pads on the back of something, make sure you peel off 2 foam pads. For optimal stickiness. Let's put that on there. This leaf goes on here. I like how it just slightly touches over the edge of the oval frame. It's very pretty. And that piece goes on there. Right, sentiment time. This one is thanks lots and lots. And so this is quite interesting. In the instructions, I don't know if you can see, for the thanks, on one side it's got this little white hexagon, and on the other side it's got a grey dot. And what that means, so that's going to be going here, but when you turn it over, I'm going to put my hexagon, which is my foam pad, at that bit, and I'm going to put my glue dot on the other side here, because I don't want foam pads across the whole thing. The foam bit is going to end up inside this frame, around about here. And then that piece ends up there, and that way it's perfectly flush, but it's also perfectly structured because I've got a foam pad in this bit and just a glue dot on that bit. It's very pretty. Right, and then we're going to do these in the center. So these come in two different sizes, and we're going to put the large one in the center of the large flowers. And then these little mini ones, I should use my take a pick tool, it would be much easier, but my craft room is a little bit chaotic at the moment. I can hear you all gasping, Emma, surely not, your room chaotic? And everyone who's been to my room and seen what it's like knows exactly how chaotic it is. There we go. So that's our first one done. Thanks, lots and lots. I think that's a really pretty card. What do you think? Is that a card you like? Do you like the colours? Do you like the design? Is that one you would do yourself? Let's pop it to one side. Well, let's move on to card number 2. Right, card number 2 is this one here. I have to say, these kits, while they can be quite straightforward, I love the design, and it's something I can see myself making with other products that I've got. So I have an oval punch. I could easily make this sort of frame. I could stamp these sort of backgrounds behind. It would be very easy to recreate this kit design using things that I've already got. And guys, watching this, if you think I like the design but I don't want to buy the kit, that's okay. Use the designs, use the stuff you've got. If you do make some of these cards with your own things, please do show me, because I love seeing other people's designs. And if I do them myself, I will also be sure to share and show you. Right. So this one, again, we start off the same. You wouldn't have thought to put the colours together, Linda. Yeah, you're right. It's not a colour combination that I would have picked. I love Pretty Peacock. You know, it's a colour that I use a lot. But pairing it with Strawberry Slush and Timid Tiger wouldn't have occurred to me. But it actually works really nice. I always think of Pretty Peacock as being more of a blue shade than a green shade, but it is actually that sort of beautiful deep green for the flowers. Right, next up we're using these ones here. So you've got clusters of 2 and clusters of 3, and I need 2 of each. And then it's hard to tell if there's a right or a wrong side to these. Yeah, I'm just going to assume that they're both the same, and I'm going to put the foam pads on the back. 2 foam pads on each cluster. So if it's a cluster of 2, that's very straightforward. But if it's a cluster of 3, how do you decide which flower gets a foam pad and which one doesn't. Look at the draw. Right, let's pull off all of these backings. If you're interested to see these cards in person, then at the start of March, we are going to be at the craft fair at the SEC. You're very welcome to come and say hi. And I can promise you that these cards will be on our display board because that's one of the things that we are planning just now, what we're going to share at the show and what we're going to bring along for everyone to see. What I will tell you is that we will be showcasing the Stampin' platform. So if you haven't seen it yet, if you are curious about it, then you can come along to the SEC and we will have it there and we'll be more than happy to show you how it works. Of course, if you want to get it for free, then make sure that you take advantage of the starter kit promotion that's running in February. So we've got a couple more weeks left of that promotion. It really is a great promotion and it really is a great tool. So if it's something that you're interested in, I did showcase it on a previous video. You can look back and see. And of course, if you've got any questions, then you can come along to the show and we will be more than happy to talk you through it. Right, foam pads on the back of my sentiment, and then it's going in the center, oops a daisy, in the center of this card. There we go. And now we've got these little mini dots in the center. We're putting them in all. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we are. Every single flower gets a center. These cards do come together very easily, very quickly. So this is the perfect sort of kit to have to hand if you need a last minute thank you or thinking of you. I am told that today is World Happiness Day, World Random Acts of Kindness Day. There's quite a few people who are doing, you know, put your name below and I will send you something handmade. I am planning on sending some of these cards out after the SEC. Don't worry, they will be there at the show. But I want to write them and send them out to some of my friends and relatives that I'm thinking about at the moment. I think that's a lovely card. I really like that one. Okay, dokie. Last but certainly not least, we have this one here with these 3 sprigs. And actually, it occurs to me, just when I look at this one, yeah, this is one of the new stamps that goes with the washi tape that's from the new Spring Summer catalogue, and it's one of the ones that I'm going to be showcasing at the SEC. And it occurs to me, you could make this kind of card, in fact you can make all of these cards, but especially this one. These sprigs remind me very much of the sprigs that you get in the washi tape and in this stamp set. So the idea might be to recreate this particular one using Greenery Lane. Look at me being all creative. Does it count as creative if you're looking at a kit and getting inspiration and ideas from it? I like to think it does. Right, for some reason it wants me to put 1 along the bottom and 2 along the top. Who am I to disagree? I suppose if you were being very frugal, you could probably get away with just 1 along the top and 1 along the bottom. It does count, Linda. Thank you. You have reassured me. Stick that on there. That's lovely. And now we've got the remaining pieces. Oh, this is clever. Right, let's poke these out. You have to be delicate with these laser cut pieces. You don't want to rip them or damage them. But it's interesting because you've got these flowers and then they've got this kind of dot or blob at the bottom. It actually looks really clever. I like what they've done here. Right, let's turn these over. And using my foam pads, we're going to put a foam pad on each of these blobs. Blobs? Circles? What would we call them? Blobs. And then we put on the leaves as well. That one, that one. And that one. I hope everybody is having a good week and staying cozy. Our heating has been playing up a little bit. It's not too cold. If anything, it's stuck on at times, which is not always ideal, but I would rather be too hot than too cold. I think we've got it fixed now though. We've managed to change the batteries in the thermostat on the radiators, and that does seem to have resolved the issue. Okay, I'm not going to put that on that just yet. I'm going to stick these on first. So what we'd appear to do is these tuck under and stick in place. So let's peel off the backing. Just going to do one first of all. So slide it under. You're kind of semi-lining it up, but you want it slightly off so that you can see that one underneath, and then just make sure that it pokes out over the top. There we go. It's pretty. Let's peel this off as well. Does anybody else have snow? We're very frosty rather than snowy. My husband is desperate for there to be snow, but alas, I think sleet and ice is all we're going to get. Some of my friends have been posting many snowy pictures on Facebook, and it does look very nice. Snow is very pretty if you don't have to be out in it. Let's see. Well, I think if I was doing this one again, I might stick down the top one, not the bottom bit, until I had put these in place. That would have been a smarter way to do this. There we go. Let's lift that up just a little bit. There we go. And then make sure that the leaves tip out over the top. Sorted. Okay, that works. We don't have any of the darling duckling dots on this one. And now the sentiment goes over the top like that. Now when you look on the instructions, it talks about putting foam pads. I think actually I'm going to put the foam pads onto the card rather than the sentiment. It's a bit of a rebel way of doing it. And then I'm going to line up these center pieces as well with the glue dots. Okay, so I've got 2 glue dots here and 2 foam pads here. Then I'm going to put the sentiment over the top. I think that is my preferred way of getting this lined up. There we go. That works pretty well actually. So excited for you. What do we think? Do we like this card? Just going to pop these bits and pieces to one side and let's look at all 3 of our cards. I'd love you to tell me which one, if any, is your favourite. Well, no, you must have a favourite. Even if you hate them all, then there'll be one that you hate the least. But I hope you don't hate them. I don't hate them. I think they're very pretty. So that's the one we did first. The thanks with the big bouquet. Then we've got the hello dear friend with the 4. And then finally we've got the so excited for you with the 3. I think out of all of them, my favourite's this one. I do like the one with the quarters and with all the little white flowers on the coloured backgrounds. I think that's my favourite out of the whole set. But let me know in the comments what you think. As I say, the colour combination isn't one that I would have thought to do, but actually I think it works really well. You think the trio is your favourite, Linda? This one here. So excited for you. It's very pretty. Yeah. But then again, the big bouquet one, excuse me, the big bouquet one is also really pretty. Oh, I like them all. I like them all. Okay, so this kit again then is the Lots to Love kit. It is £14. You get to make 9 cards, 3 each of the 3 different designs, and you can have them in 3 different languages as well. Alright, so let's flip back to me just to finish. Let's put out the Blackpool Illuminations. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. I hope you've enjoyed it. Quick reminder about the free shipping promotion which started today and is running today, tomorrow, so Thursday and Friday. So it finishes at 10 p.m. on Friday the 20th of February. Orders of £60 or more will get free shipping. If you put it up to £70, then you will also qualify for the fabulous product of the month that I showed you at the start of the video. And of course, you're still getting Stampin' Rewards on all orders of £25 or more. As always, any questions, please do get in touch, and I shall see you next week to show off the other kit. Take care, everyone. Bye.